Urban Therapy with Sun752 with this shit daily go-getterism number 712. 712 for September 14th, 2016. Tonight I want to talk to y'all about how people act and how people give advice when they're not the ones, suffering from something, and also how people try to live other people's lives. They try to use other people's words and do things that other people do, and they try to apply them to their situation, and how it doesn't work out that way all the time. See, like I was telling y'all last night, I can give advice to anybody on anything, at any given time, as long as my heart isn't invested in it. Like I can tell any man who comes to me, I can give him advice. I can be like, listen, man, this is how you handle your woman. This is how you handle your spouse or whatever. This is what you do. When she say this, you say that. When she do this, you do that. I can move the chess pieces around and all of that, and show you exactly how to win an argument and all of that. You know why I can do that? Because it's not my heart that's at stake. It's not my future that's at stake. It's not my feelings that are going to be hurt. I don't have anything to do with that. So all I'm doing is using my head. So I'm showing you how to work your pride and how to get your ego intact, and how to smash somebody else's ego, how to make them feel small or not as bright as you are. It's not even productive. Now, it may not be productive. The situation that you may be involved in may not be productive either, but that's something that your heart is vested in. So, you're trying to protect yourself. You're trying to keep yourself from being hurt and all of that. And if I deal with you irresponsibly, if I show you an irresponsible way to deal with somebody that I really don't know, somebody that I haven't had any experience with, somebody that I haven't ever really been around, somebody who doesn't make my heart beat out my chest. Y'all know how it is. You know what I mean? When somebody make your heart do this, you know how it goes. You all in love. Even after time passes and you realize how close you are to somebody, how strong your feelings are for somebody, But you want things to be right because your dealings with them is really breaking your heart. They're not doing the things that they could do or should do for you. Maybe you're not doing things to make those things happen. We all have flaws. But if you employ the advice or tactics of somebody else in order to try to fix your own situation, you can't expect it to come out right. You might get over that day. You might be able to make something happen that day. But as time goes on, it's not really going to work because, you got to deal with your situations in real time. You got to deal with whatever fallout comes due to your actions. So you can't be having nobody navigate your life in an irresponsible way. Now the other part of this is when you see something that somebody else does and you try to do what they do. Like you try to apply it to your life. For example, we watch too much TV, y'all. We got to turn off the idiot box. We really have to do that. It's too much of this media influence that we're allowing to influence our lives. So when we watch reality TV, or when we watch too many movies, too many sitcoms or whatever, dramas, whatever, because the storylines are in areas that we can now relate to on TV, we take a page from that book. It's just like we were talking about a couple of weeks ago with life imitating art. That we're still into that. So when we think that because we're watching TV and we're seeing real life situations, we think that we can do the things that they do. We don't consciously believe that, but subconsciously, because we're watching this shit, it creeps into our psyche, and we try it. You ain't gonna tell me you've never heard a line in a movie or on TV or something like that, and you thought, ooh, that was fly. That was dope. I'm gonna use that one, hoping that the person ain't see that same movie. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we take the line from a movie or whatever, and we forgot that we got it from the movie. We done took it and adopted it in our own lives. Yeah, that's my shit. We done remixed it, stole it and remixed it. And then we try to apply it to our lives. So we want to say this fly shit to our women, or we want to say this fly shit to our men. You know, we read a book or something. You know what I mean? Steve Harvey done got people all twisted with this think like a man, act like a woman shit. But see, he ain't in your house. He ain't in your house. He ain't dealing with your dude. He don't understand that your man has a rebuttal for everything that you say or whatever, or that certain things don't phase your man or may make him act a little crazy if you try to come with that. See, everything don't work with everybody. Everything don't work for everybody. You got to be careful. I'm not saying that things are going to turn violent or anything, but what's worse? Ask yourself this: what's worse, a punch in the face or a broken heart? I'm not saying that you should choose between the two. But sometimes in our lives, we have to weigh the cost of things. Sometimes in our lives, we have to really, take time out to count our blessings. Because there are people out there that are going through this kind of crazy stuff. By the way, I would rather have a punch in the face than to have a broken heart. A broken heart, man, that shit don't get fixed fast. Take years for some people. Some people die of that shit. Live their whole life, in a depressed existence over heartbreak. Ain't no Band-Aid for that shit. Ain't no surgery for it. Ain't nothing for it. You gotta ride that out. So, the bottom line is, man, listen, take good advice. But take good advice as far as things that you should do. And remember, you don't get into situations that affect your life overnight. Well, let me put it this way, because that might not be 100% true. You don't get into things that affect your life long term, emotionally, overnight. It takes time. People dig into you. You dig into situations. Dig. And that's how you get to where you are. So you can't expect something to fix whatever took time out to get broken. It can't get fixed overnight. So we have to be patient. So when you start making changes in your life, let it be gradual. Work it in. You know what I mean? Turn out alright. You can't be alright being a copycat, man. Don't be looking to other people and seeing what they do, thinking that you're going to be able to do what they do. Because they have their own way. You know how it is. I know that we've all done something that we saw somebody else do before and wonder how come it didn't work for us the same way it worked for them. Dieting and exercise. We see somebody else, we see their whole diet plan, their whole exercise plan, and we don't lose weight at the same rate that they do or gain weight at the same rate that they do. Your body's your body. It's going to respond the way it responds. And that's the same way your heart and your mind go, yo. So, be mindful of that. Do the best you can, man. Things have a way of working out the way they're supposed to. And if you, be patient and do things the right way, hopefully things will work out the way they're supposed to in your favor. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, you can't be no copycat in somebody else's life and expect your life to work out exactly the same way theirs did. Can't do that. Take your time. Find things that work for you and work them in slow. The same way that things work themselves in, to ruin your life or to make you unsettled or uneasy or unsatisfied. You gotta build back up what has broken down. Alright? The Urban Therapy with Sun show is tonight. Real soon. Nonetheless, even if you don't catch the show live tonight, because it's at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can always catch the archives. Just go to blogtalkradio.com/Sun752 and look up the show. The name of the show is called Changing Them Without Admission. changing them without admission. So we're talking about what it's like to try to change somebody. I know that it's supposed to be taboo to try to change somebody. You can't change nobody. You know what I mean? You got to accept people right where they are. But we all try to change somebody. We just have different words for it. Words like upgrade, improve, help, assist, work with. All of those things are things that we use to try to change people. There's nothing wrong with people changing. We change every day. We just don't realize it. We change every day. If you are open to new information, you're learning new things, better things, whatever, even worse things. You're changing. Change starts here first. It changes. This is where it has to change. So many times people work on the outside. They try to change their shell. But what's going on in the inside always reflects what's going on the outside. So if you change this first, then all of this stuff will start looking good. So when we see somebody that we know has it up here, we try to get up here and help them out when we see that they're going in the wrong direction. You know, like for example, you know, ladies, if you have a thug that's out there on the street, but you know he has a good heart, you know he has a good mind, you know he wasn't really raised to do that, or even if he was, you know that he has the potential to be something better. And you hooked up with this dude, you know, maybe y'all just hooked up on a whim, but you know, you digging him. You ain't gonna try to get him to do better? You ain't gonna try to get him to be the kind of man that you need in order for y'all to have a future together? What's wrong with trying to change a man to do that? The thing about it is sometimes we do it in the wrong way. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight on Urban Therapy with Sun Show. So you make sure y'all get with that because the thing's going to be hot, on fire. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, man. Come through. blogtalkradio.com/Sun752. Or if you catch the show live, because I'm going to have this video up in time, dial the number 347-677-1533. Once again, the number to call is area code 347-677-1533. And I'll holler at y'all later. Peace. You know what I'm saying?